Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Soy Andrés Navi y estamos aquí con el mismísimo Joe Russo. Vamos a platicar un poco sobre Avengers Infinity War y sobre estos 10 años de Marvel Studios. Estamos muy emocionados y el team de hoy está conformado por Katia, Bully, Gaby, Mr. X, Paola y Milo. Así que vamos a empezar aquí. Joe, how are you? How are you feeling today? What do you think about Mexico?
I'm loving it. It's been amazing. The Mexican fans have always been incredibly supportive of Marvel. It's great here to come here and feel the love. We had an awesome fan event yesterday. We couldn't ask for a better place to show the footage for the first time than right here in Mexico City.
If you can control any Infinity Stone, which one would it be?
I'd say the Time Stone, because I think it would be nice to go backwards in your life and revisit all your happiest moments.
How hard is to work with all these stars?
It's not that hard because we've all worked together for 7 years. Most of them have worked together for almost a decade. It's very much like summer camp. We have a lot of fun. We laugh all the time. There's a lot of jokes on set. We always have lunch together. We go to dinners at night. So we're always, everybody's always interacting with each other. We're all very close to each other.
You know who I would love to see on like that nerdy, intelligent like leadership?
Shuri.
Yeah. Well, this is the great thing about what we're doing. Marvel's been writing a book for 10 years. These are the final chapters of the book, right? And this is the ending. And for something to have value, it has to have an ending. And my brother and I firmly believe that. We've been pushing that. And from the work we did in Winter Soldier to the work we did in Civil War, we like upheaval, we like stakes, we like emotional realism in our comic book storytelling. And I think you're going to find that Infinity War, there are a lot of endings and there are a lot of new beginnings. And I think that it creates room now for new characters to carry the story forward.
And talking about humor on the movies, what can we expect from the humor in Infinity War? Because we have seen the Winter Soldier, grounded.
There's a lot of humor in it because we're taking characters from different franchises who are tonally different than the work we were doing in those movies. And we're bringing them into that film. The one consistent aspect of our filmmaking, mine and my brothers in the Marvel Universe, is emotional realism. Okay. So whether it's dramatic or funny, there's still a level of emotional realism to the way that the characters behave and interact. And what that allows us to do as filmmakers is take all of that emotional investment that you have in those characters and those tones and combine them in a way that other movies can't.
How often was this reviewing of the film when you were editing to review if it's making sense, because you have so many characters?
My brother and I, a typical work day for us for a year was we would get up, go to set around 7 a.m. Okay. We would rehearse a scene, block it depending on who was there, shoot the scene, and then when we're done at the end of the day, go to editorial for 4 or 5 hours and work on the edit of the movie, because we need to keep collecting information about, is the story tracking, is the tone making sense? Are the characters having the right moments? We constantly reshoot while we're working. We're constantly evolving and shaping the material. It's a very good question, because it is so complicated that you're always going to miss some details. And sometimes you just have to get a scene shot and cut together so you can look at it and go, this is its value in the movie, or we need to do that again because it's not working coming off of this other scene. Okay. So it's a very intense process, both movies back to back, for a year straight. That's what we had to do.
Are you ever curious about fan theories? Did you ever go and read that, like the comments? Does it help have an overall idea of what people feel when they see the movies?
I cannot confirm or deny comments on social media. These movies are about community. They're about the Marvel fan base is global. It's a global fan base. You come here to Mexico, we had an amazing fan event last night, and there's thousands of people who are emotionally invested in these films and these characters. It's important to hear their voices. It's important to understand what it is that they love about the films. At the same time, you have to be very careful that noise isn't too loud, because it could pull the film in ways that it shouldn't go.
With so many superheroes, how do you find the balance in terms that we have a god, a sorcerer, a witch, but we also have common people like Black Widow? So how do you manage to make her and the other humans just feel as powerful and important as the others?
A lot of being a hero is about leadership, and it's a lot about the choices that you make as a hero. It's not necessarily always about power, and I frankly find that the least interesting aspects of superheroes are the ones that are too powerful, because you can solve the problem too quickly. Isn't what's interesting about watching these movies is wondering whether or not they'll be able to fix the problem of the film. And if somebody's too powerful, then you have to keep escalating to a point where you're watching something that you necessarily can't even relate to.
That's why Thanos is going to be so powerful, but you're going to show us more about him, his story.
He's a very humanistic character. He has emotions that are relatable. Josh Brolin's performance is incredible. We're using cutting edge technology to convey all of the nuances in his face. He played the character on set in a motion capture suit. We had cameras on his face, so everything you see in Thanos is Josh. So it translates, the CG character translates in a way that 10 minutes in the movie you just completely forget, and you're really engrossed by him. And it's a very emotional journey he goes on. And so yes, it's important that you ground things and make things relatable.
I want to ask one last question.
Yeah.
When you saw the film finished, what did you thought about when you saw it?
It's interesting working on movies of this scale because it takes a lot of faith, because you're not seeing the visual effects until very, very late. And when you have a film built around a character who's entirely CG, who arguably is the lead of the film in a way, it's nerve-wracking all the way up until, I'm not kidding you, 2 days ago before I got on the plane, when we saw the final shots for the film. But we did get to watch it in its entirety with all of the VFX and all of the sound done, and we're very, very happy with it. I think that it's a fitting final chapter. It's very emotional. It's very funny. Very intense, so it has a lot of layers to it as the movie progresses, and I do think that it's going to be hopefully a satisfying experience for the fans.
Awesome.
I think we're out of time, but thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great questions, everyone.
Oh,
Thank you.
I know there's gonna be so much in the movie that people won't be able to spoil it. They're gonna be like, it's too much. What I didn't spoil. So thank you.
And we'll try our best to not spoil.
Please,
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. You need to go watch it.
Yes. Thank you.
Gracias a todos y ya.
Oh yeah.